Oh man, am I picturing designs of traps now?
Seriously, blueprints.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right,
I
there's
like this
a
trap.
hole in the
God.
ground covered in leaves.
Filled with dicks pointing out like
yeah.
spikes.
And there's just a guy down there. Just a funnel leading down to a guy.
No matter which way you fall in, you end
It's
up.
never not going to be good. You're going to
Oh
get
boy.
These slurping
hi,
noises are what you
everybody.
think.
Hey, what's up? What are you guys
Greetings.
up to? Nothing.
We got a Jason here. Listen to him. Tweedledee.
Yay!
Yay. Hey everybody, this is
Sweet
episode 37 of Arc 5 of Better Than Heroes.
Jumbo.
It's also, this is the final session of this arc. This is the last one.
What?
whoa.
This is
For
Arc.
reals.
Harlan, are you gonna kill us right now?
This is the finale?
Are we? Am I dead?
No pressure, guys.
the
Everything's fine. This is
this like
a
Noah's
big
Ark?
episode. Thanks for joining us for the very last episode of Arc 5. If you're new to our stream, welcome. We're going to be starting a new arc soon, but you came on a big day. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the level 15 Kreen fighter.
I'm Major Ovredahl, and I play Flute, aka the Windrider, a human bard warlock.
My name's Jordan Dahl, and I play the Moonboy, a level 15 Moonboy.
My name is Aharon Mordecai Urist, and I play K.A.I Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly. I'm the dungeon master of this game, and I play everybody else.
Yeah, today we're going to play some 5e Spelljammer Dungeons & Dragons. But first, our show is live soundtracked by the wonderful Jason Wardell, who's playing the piano for you right now.
Nano.
This show is brought to you by our patrons and our subscribers. If you're one of those, you're the very best. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
true.
You guys make this stream, this show, completely possible. You help us pay our artists like Jason and Every Map a Story, who does our maps. You help us cover the cost of just making a stream, which isn't free, believe it or not. And you just help us make the show better and better. If you love the show and you want to see it grow, that's a great way to support the show by subscribing to this stream right now, becoming a patron, or by picking up some sweet Better Than Heroes merch over on Spring. You can also support us without spending a single
It's true.
coin, not a doubloon, by just telling your friends about the show. By just saying you watch something cool on Mondays and letting them know that we are on YouTube and we are a podcast and we're a ton of fun and a bunch of goofs. We appreciate everything that you do to make this stream possible, including showing up on Monday night to watch us live. Y'all are the best.
Hi.
We're gonna play some D&D, but first, it's time for last week's recap.
Right. Previously on Better Than Heroes, in the Feywild's grove of the ever-glowing sky, after the Windrider's choice to imprison Oxtrillion within the giant tree, the rider was pissed, and everyone was like, good, fuck that guy. The crew gathered round as Moonboy spoke to Laloon, who answered some big questions, like major spoilers ahead questions. She revealed large, inconveniently shaped, pointy truths about Florial and the Cisterns. Florial was a mind flayer. Whoops! They were a mind flayer who mastered arcane magic, went rogue, broke the world kinda, then disassembled themselves and went away. The fourth cistern had been the elf Cartavian, who went against the powers that became the Meridian Tract before being murdered by Ventress. As these truth bombs ignited, Moonboy teleported the crew to Laloon's pocket dimension, where a grisly scene laid before them. Piss Cricket and the last fishfolk were dead. The Breeze Traveler was alive, but not doing great. Moved by the depths of the fishman's grief, Klik and Flute were able to dig deep and revive Piss Cricket and two fishfolk with some mysterious headphones-off bargaining. What did you guys do? What did you bargain? Did you do in-game bargains to give me COVID the week of the big reveal? Is this IRL D&D PvP? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes.
Sure can. Sure should be able to. In fact, anyone can. I think anyone can do it.
We should do it.
Yeah.
I remember
Go ahead.
I don't have time.
Clip away, audience. You can do it too, chat. You can do it as well. We can clip. You can clip. We can all clip.
Maybe we could
You can clip if you want to.
Maybe we could sit down sometime and go over a bunch of shit and just pull a bunch of clips, timestamp.
There's so much.
I love to do it.
Yeah, chat. You can clip.
We can all clip.
Cool
that's right.
moments.
We're in clip.
Clip.
Aaron is muted.
Aaron is muted.
According to Colin.
No way. Oh, it's me. I haven't done that in so long. Look at that.
Oh my.
Wow. Look at that. We're back. We're rolling. I haven't done that so long.
Hello,
there's a throwback for the finale of this arc.
That Aaron gave us his secret name just there?
Mm-hmm. Chat will never
use
know.
it to command him, summon him.
Save it for trivia. Yeah, or for, when you have to put a note in my mouth. Mm-hmm. Activate me.
I'll summon you inside of a circle and make you answer my questions.
So you all, we see we come back to the party here, meeting the party still in Moon Girl's pocket dimension, this kind of arcane storage space, almost you could call it an arcane storage space. And you, Moonboy and K.A.I, you see Klik kind of over with Piss Cricket, bringing Piss Cricket back. You've spoken to Piss Cricket at this point, and then you look over and Flute has also brought back these two fish folk. And I would love for Flute, if you want to start off this session, giving a little description of the scene that they see here as you turn back around to them. I'd love to just hear a little ditty about what this looks like.
Yeah, like I was saying, I kind of kneel down next to them like I'm examining the bodies, and it's as if I'm kind of rocked a bit by an invisible kind of wave, and I stretch out my hand, and the fish folk twitch back to life, and I kind of put a hand down on the ground to keep my balance. And kind of fall back. When I see them come to life, I fall back, onto the ground, and I'm just kind a bit stunned by what's happened, and I look around to see. If someone else is around me doing this.
I love that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think
Moonboy came up. I think last time we ended it with Moonboy coming up next to me or something. Yeah. I don't remember.
I think Moonboy and the Breeze Traveler are kind of next to you at this point, just looking at you and sensing a change, I would say. I think the Breeze Traveler kind of says it out loud. He's like, I sense a change within you.
I don't know what that was. I just felt this energy, and it just went right through me.
And you
Have
see...
you been able to do that this whole time? Because there's a couple of times that would have come in really handy.
No, I've never felt that way ever.
You look over and you see the Breeze Traveler is looking down at his sword, and it seems to be glowing, which is... He still has your sword, I believe. Flute.
Oh, right.
If I'm correct. And the sword just starts glowing with this like white light. And you can see that he's like holding it up. And he goes, I feel more powerful myself. It is as if you rose a part of me from the dead as well.
That's your old sword, Flute. It has a name, right? Right, that's Cool Randy.
No. I'll unbuckle the Breeze Traveler sword that we traded, and I'll offer it back to him. I'm like, I told you I'd get it back from you.
Yes, he says, I think that without your speech, I would not be alive today. And he hands his glowing sword back to you. And as you trade, the glow goes out of this sword a bit, but it's still a magical sword. It's still a very powerful magical sword. But when the Breeze Traveler takes his new sword, it is imbued with this glow now.
Oh, his Breeze Traveler sword is glowing now?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Cool.
The sword goes, but the glow stays.
Wow.
Do you try to take it back again?
Yeah. Actually, I want that one. Yeah, like a child.
Wait, I want the glowing one.
No. I just kind of marvel at it. I'm like, that's new.
He nods and he says, yes, I feel more powerful. The warmth of your love and guidance and seems to flow within me. And we have overcome terrible odds and we are still alive. And I feel the souls of the fallen members of my crew inside my heart. And I will carry their power and your power on. Is that okay? I just want to make sure. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, I give him a squeeze on the shoulder. I'm like, yeah, of course.
I think that you have, I think your power is real, but is also, I conjure power inside of me by believing in you. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, I've seen it before when I was with those Kuatoa. They could manifest things, and maybe that's what just happened now with Schmacked and I can't remember the name. Teletubby is what I wanted to say. Teletubby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought it was. I almost said something ridiculous. Yeah, but Schmacked and
Teletubby.
Yeah, I think the Breeze Traveler's like, I think the more that you believe in yourself, the more I can believe in myself too, It's...
All right, well.
Anyway, I'm going to go take care of my almost dead friends.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And Kai, at this point, you feel a little... you feel a tap on your shoulder and you hear a little squawk. As Oliphanticulus is sidled over to you with Clang at his side. Rachel, does Clang have anything to say to Kai out of the gates here?
Brother!
Oh, that's nice.
Are you feeling better?
Hello, Clang. Sorry, I was rebooting last week.
Good. Where?
No, I'm all updated.
Did everybody call you up? It was an emotional episode.
I know. I heard about I was here. I was right. I was still here. I just couldn't speak.
Anyway.
To update, after I was in that anti-magic field, I had to, it messed up all my drivers.
It's running a BIOS update.
Exactly. I had to do a full factory reset. You know how you do.
Stuck a push pin in your ear.
No, you do it by eating a bunch of edibles.
You take a heroic dose of mushrooms.
We've all been there.
Go and lay in the field.
And to annihilate my ego.
Well, your dad wants to see you.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Clang.
Yeah, like I said, it's less of a
Give him a pet.
less of a request and more of a offer for us to be able to speak. I know that I've shared a lot, and we have had our own time together, and maybe there are questions you wish to ask me, that especially now that we've shared a bit more about our past, something I would admit I've tried to avoid with speaking about with you.
Yes, I sort of, I don't know, I sidle up to him slightly exasperatedly. And I'm like, I appreciate the opportunity to ask questions, that you would offer that now that all of your giant secrets have been revealed.
Yes, well,
I know, it's been a process.
Yeah.
Your movement through time and your memories has not been linear, so.
It has been unfun, I would say, because it is, I have spent a lot of time trying to forget much of what was conveyed earlier, which I would say was a mistake. I know that now, but
it's all right.
I'm
sorry about Octavian.
It is very painful to think about, because part of which is because I see so much of him in all of you.
Well, from what I know of you, I'm sure that, and what I've heard of him, I'm sure that I'm seeing some of him in you as well.
Yes, you can't spend that much time with someone and not be influenced by them a bit. And I'm glad every time I do something that reminds me of him, I feel immense pride and worry, but also pride.
Well, I hope that, I think that he would have been proud of what we've done, what we've tried to do. Perhaps it's his hand that's been guiding us. Or maybe not, I don't know. The hands of dead people don't. Maybe they do guide us. I don't know, I'm confused. Father, there's a lot going on.
Yes.
Do you think we could attach this arm of talons to Moon Girl and get rid of her lich arm?
I don't think that would get rid of the lich arm.
That wouldn't work, huh?
I do think
was
she
like,
would be...
we have an arm and her arm is all fucked up and floating, so maybe...
I definitely think that I could attach that arm to Moon Girl.
But
I don't think it would stop. It wouldn't
crazy
stop.
Arm.
Yeah. In fact, it might
make it worse. Give her give Night Woman an additional weapon to wield.
Yes.
When she eventually turns evil all the way.
When one, there is the desire of balance. When one thing is created, another is destroyed, and when one thing is destroyed, another is created.
Did she do this to herself, or is it true that the Undying Queen did this to her, but then she's been doing it additionally to herself? I can't. It's hard to get a handle on.
He looks over. He looks over
where the truth begins with you two, frankly.
Yeah, he looks over and he says, "Well, I am an open book at this point. My best guess is that, well, I mean, I know for sure that she did not do this to herself to start with. She's not that good of a necromancer.
Right.
But I think that she is aware of the consequences, and, just as we saw in that fight, that she is willing to allow this night woman to be created, if need be, to usher you all along.
Cause a greater threat? It's hard to say. Well, let's try to avoid her becoming the Night Woman. Maybe we can undo some of what's... Who knows? It's another... added to the list of important things to research.
Sure.
Now, Florial was a mind flayer.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to pull away from the thrall of his brethren, from the influence of the hive mind and the elder brain,
yes,
through his study of arcane magic. Is that what happened, or
yes, they are.
was he
They're
not
them
fully
now
broken
because
away?
there's literally a lot of them.
Right.
But he was isolated. They were isolated at first because their job was to
study arcane magic for
to open these doors.
He was specifically to open doors between worlds. That
Yes.
was his job. He was specifically, forgive me, with specifically, whatever, they broke the world. They can get misgendered occasionally. I don't know. So,
That was their job.
I mean-
And so they were isolated outside so that they could do this research without tainting the larger hive mind with the arcane knowledge. So they were kind of dipping into what the Elder Brain considered, to be a poisonous venture for the gain of the larger organization. And that is how we came to be together. We were allowed contact. We were allowed to go to Florial's workshop. And, each of us met Florial before we met each other. And,
right.
and they
Every rose has its thing.
yes,
as they say.
Tentacle. Yes, every rose has its tentacle. But yes, he says, I can assure you, Florial is not driven to devour the minds of others or is working towards
They managed to find something more destructive
Yes,
to spend their time with.
I mean, they would. I know that they would undo it if they were here with us today. But
If they were the undoing queen. I don't know. I mean, do we stand to gain from trying to reassemble them? Ask for advice?
well,
I don't know.
roll an insight check.
Okay. 9. So, 11.
Yeah, Oliphanticulus just kind of like looks off in the distance at this point and says, well, I don't know if we could. My machine was broken, which I think was good, but
Oh, that one? Right.
I still think it was the right decision.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yes.
Oh, no, you're happy about it. Yeah, I did.
Yes.
I put a horse in there.
Yeah. Yeah, he
The Arcane,
laughs.
we're going to use
Good.
it to unravel everything.
It was
It would have been super terrible.
I would say I had a bit of tunnel memory on that one. I would say it is something that could be that kind of reweaving could be a useful tool, but could also be a deeply destructive tool. So I think ultimately it's better that was put aside. But I do think that if you brought me, I helped Florial be able, get to the point. They were using my ideas when they pulled themselves apart. And so I think that if I had a sliver of them, I could weave them back together a bit. Not to their full self, but a bit.
Not enough to talk.
Enough to talk, definitely. Yes. We didn't explain that, but I'm sure this would make sense to you. It's more of a reworking of the kind of arcane that travels through us all, and a reworking of the flesh of the body. So there is, kind of a sliver of each in an ooze, and it allows you to kind of be spread apart in a way that allows your, remnants to not fully spark out, but not be together either. So if you can find this spark of a ooze, it's similar to what we saw, is what Florial did. What we saw in the Psychropolis, we saw a bit of a perversion of what Florial did.
With the oozes that they had?
Yes.
Oh. Huh.
So if we could find a bit of the, droplet of Florial, then I think it would be, I could
from the pool.
Weave them back together a bit.
Interesting.
Could weave who back together? Sorry, I'm here. Listening.
Oh, hello.
Florial. Hey, Moonboy. Put my hand on Moonboy's shoulder. We're just
Maybe
discussing Florial.
Maybe we could check the jar she lived in.
But we need not of Janice, but of Florial. We need a piece of them. Just to be clear, is that correct? Not a piece of the ooze we called Janice.
I have never met Janice. It would be hard for me to know.
You would have liked her at first, probably.
Yes, as we all did.
Did I
Was
never
she your
tell
friend?
you about Janice? Yes.
Well, then she
Janice
must be my
was,
friend.
Well, things, we had a bit of a falling out. That's
She
what
got
oozes
pretty
do.
murdery.
She got pretty power-hungry, murdery, devoury sentience
Yes.
to grow into a monster that can devour planets.
There does seem to be a desire within most living things to consume enough to continue living.
It was past that, though. She wouldn't have died. She wanted to keep. But that's how she learned. It was a difficult situation. I encouraged her when perhaps I shouldn't have, and her curiosity led to dangerous situation that hasn't quite yet resolved itself, I'm afraid.
Many could say the same thing about me and you.
Sure they have. Yes, I'm afraid that's what drew me to her in the first place was, I saw quite a bit of similarity between us.
Many could say the same thing
Being
about
a
me and you.
Small spark pulled from something bigger that we don't remember or understand. But I guess that's kind of everyone.
Take it
Wish
from
I had
me.
better questions to ask you.
You don't need to remember to understand. It's okay. And
Far out, man.
Yeah, pats you on the the calf, the metal calf.
My astral robe glimmers like a lava lamp. Man.
Well, I'm here if you need me, but I would like to get back if we are saving the world is done. I would like to get back to tinkering with those ships I was working on.
Yes, I'm interested to see the ships. Absolutely. It's been a long-standing desire to build a ship that doesn't get torn apart by mind flayers on the first day. That one was a practice one. The next one's going to be better. We should go back to Jadorian.
I think so. I don't see any better place to go. Laloon?
The Elderbrain, sorry. Just... I'm unsure whether we did anything. Mind flayers, they didn't go away. They didn't all, fly around the room like balloons that had the air let out of them.
Yep, that was a worry of mine, Holy says. And Loon says, yeah, me too.
They seemed confused, but not... I don't know.
There isn't a ton in the record books, Laloon says, about, there's, not a ton in the history books that I've encountered about what happens when you, to a colony when you kill an Elderbrain, because not a lot of people that I know of have killed an Elderbrain, so I am sure there are ripples. And Olfendickler says, there's definitely ripples.
We did. They say. And grip Talon's arm tightly.
Yeah.
We'll see. I wonder if the Cove of Bones is liberated as we hoped. I wonder if all of the Mind Flayer parasites are dead. I hope they are. I hope that this was all for something. So now we go back to Jadorian and regroup and then try to convince the Undying Queen that we did good and please don't destroy our universe with your giant weapon? Is that the deal?
I think that's a good start. And
take a few days to mourn the dead. If we still do that sort of thing. Let's go.
Oli nods, Laloon nods, like kind of both of them kind of like look at each other worried about the implications of definitely happy about the success of this fight, but worried about the implications of you all still trying to go talk to the Undying Queen. But this has been the plan, and they know, and they've gone along with it. So they kind of nod and
I'll
look
see
worried.
It and be what else can we do?
Yeah, they look worried, but solid. Yeah.
If anyone wants to take a step back and doesn't want to come on the next part of this journey, I would understand. But I don't see another way.
Could we maybe... I can't help but think that we would have been better off in the Psychropolis if we'd have had some sort of an escape plan. Can we maybe throw together something like that before we blast off to the Undying Queen? Some sort of a portable hole or
something,
teleport in a bottle, something that when we're up against the wall and all out of spells,
some kind of ripcord,
Batman out of there.
It's a good idea.
Like a man who was also a Bat-Mite.
Yeah, what's a Batman? That's
like,
crazy.
Okay, you know a man, you know a bat. Imagine them together.
Yes. Together?
And how one could, blast...
How would that work? How would they get together? Well, which one is the top?
I've got some pamphlets you should look at. Or actually,
I've seen them, Moonboy. I edited
those are private.
Formatted them for you.
The Breeze Traveler says, I have not seen them. I would love to see them. Show them to me in detail.
I'll show you. I will show you.
No, boy.
This seems carnal, he says as he looks over your shoulder. Moonboy, he says, pointing at a picture. He's like, what is that? What is that piece of the body?
I'm holding the pamphlet. Well, that would be...
That's his hand.
Those are called guard hairs.
I see.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I will leave it all to you. Moon Girl kind of looks around.
Close.
She pulls out some
D&D zone.
She pulls out some snacks. She has stashed somewhere and is munching on them. And but you all are free to take off from this pocket dimension. You do have Tubbalubby, Schmacked, Piss Cricket, and the Breeze Traveler with you. Moon Girl can also plane shift if needed, if you all need the numbers. I don't think you do, but she can, and you,
We've got...
I think we're okay. I can use it's an 8th level
Right,
spell
did someone
slot,
need to
but I'll do
rest?
it. I mean, we should rest when we get there.
Didn't we just... Okay.
Yeah, you have taken a
but
long
now
I'm
rest
not going to
since the
leave right
fight.
away.
Yeah.
And my 8th level
Hopefully we'll
spell.
be there for a day or two, right? Before we have to leave again.
I mean, what if we get there and the place
We
is
don't
filled
know.
with Batman?
Jordan knows me
We'll have
too
to-
well.
You was?
True.
Yes, right.
Arlen has written down Batman.
Well, I made from the strategy and go like, I don't want to teleport into somewhere without having to take a long rest, but also, yes, I've now.
I mean, do we have
a
time
note?
to rest here? One more time? One more little sleepover?
Didn't you guys just wake up like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, I mean, I will say if you
like
even
we
if you
did.
go to sleep and then wake back up, you will still have to use plane shift to get there. So you're pretty refreshed.
I mean, did we just take a long rest? Because as I'm seeing it, the
not.
last time we took a long rest was in
Tree
the
place.
Feywild.
That's correct. Yeah,
We
so
wo-
you
we
have
woke
cast
up-
plane shift since then. Yes, that's correct.
And if I cast it again, that's it for plane shifts from the Moonboy.
Whatever you sleepy, eepy babies need. It's cool with me.
Well, you
I
know
will
what
make
I
you
could
breakfast. I will bring you cocoa.
do? I could scry and take a look there and see if
Oh.
everything's okay.
I like it.
There you go.
To where? The Cove of the Bones?
Wise. Jadorian.
No, Jadori.
We could scry on the cove.
Well, can you scry?
It needs to be in the same
look.
plane
We
of
would-
existence as you.
Right. Oh.
Who said
You can't
that?
scry. You can't
Moon
scry.
Girl says,
Sorry, guys.
Moonboy, you know this about scrying. In order to scry, you need to be on the same plane of existence.
Ah, yes.
Could we ask someone who's send a message to Goliath and ask him if things are okay? Hopefully we would have heard word if it was on fire there.
We also need to check the Cove of the Bones.
Yes, we do.
Is that the writer speaking, or is that you?
That's me.
Why do you sound so
Click, roll an insight check.
sound like Batman?
Well, you can roll deception or persuasion.
What I
Just
imagine.
don't tell us which one
We
you roll.
also
Just tell
need
us the
to check
result.
the Cove of the Bones. We also need to check the Cove.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I did not roll. I did not roll very well.
Perfect.
That's my impression of Batman, who's upset that his mom didn't buy him hockey pads.
My
mine
mom
says
didn't buy me hockey pads.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Did you
And what did
see-
you get?
Perhaps he spits when he's talking.
Flute, what did
I
you
hate to-
get?
What am I doing?
Deception or persuasion, depending on what, if you're lying or not.
I did a TikTok that was about I miss when Batman sounded a little bit like Louis Armstrong. He's like, I'm not wearing a hockey pad.
That's insane. Billy Armstrong? Is that?
Louis Armstrong.
Oh, there's a Billy
Oh my
Armstrong. I was
God.
like, who are you talking about? I got a 19.
Is that the guy from Baskets?
Are you telling tell Click what she gets out of you saying no to it being the writer? She's gonna believe you either way.
You won the roll.
Okay. You could tell that Flute's a little hurt that you would ask. I'm just saying we told them we would help them out.
We did.
Should go back
that's
and check.
was part of the reasoning behind the whole Elder Brain scenario, right? Is that we would free places like and including the Cove of Bones, right? I want to talk to Aldous. I feel like he had a concept of how defeating the Elder Brain might be helpful.
We could split up. Moonboy and I could go to the Cove of the Bones and meet you back in Jadorian.
Insight check.
Go for it.
8.
Incredible.
Fuck, I'm rolling terrible.
And unfortunately, the Moonboy wouldn't insight check this. He would be like, yes, get to hang out with my bro.
Right.
Some real bro time.
I got a 9, so I guess
You win.
Yeah.
I don't think that you're the rider, but I still don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the Breeze Traveler steps up and says, me, Schmacked, and Tubalubby will escort him.
That's all right, Breeze Traveler.
I
We should
didn't
stick
die.
together.
we'll just pop in. We'll go to the bakery, and if we have
Watch
to
you get your
leave, we'll
brain
leave.
eaten.
Not all of it.
That's right. And you lived.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you did. I'm sorry.
Shall we go to the bakery?
Sorry I said that. Is no one hearing me? I do not think that we should split up.
The Breeze Traveler's kind of like trying to it's like trying to convince a toddler to do something, or if you just keep saying it's a good idea,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We're not ordering pizza.
We don't have to split up. I was just
I do think we should find out what's going on there.
an
I agree.
idea.
100%.
All right, so I can
Last
take this
time
to
we
one
left the
or
Cove
the
of the
other.
Bones, there was something going on. We were trying to help.
We wanted to bring
We were
Oxtrillion
trying to
there,
save,
and then everything was all ruiny.
Well, we were
because
trying to
everyone
save
was-
a bunch of people's
Yes.
from their brains,
Brain slugs.
which we probably haven't done.
Well, we might have. I mean, if the Elder Brain was sort of controlling, I don't know. I hope that
Do
we
we know
did.
anybody who would know more about mind flayers? Is there anybody that we could like?
I think Aldous
knows
knows
a
a
lot.
shitload.
Yeah, I think he's
It feels like
resident
all this
expert.
has to
Oh, fuck.
be our best resource.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll a
Just
history
load
check,
all
Click?
Sure.
Cool.
Aldous is on critical fail.
Cool.
Who's Aldous? Wait, what?
Head,
All of us? Are you saying all of
head
us?
floaty guy.
He's here?
alien. No, back on Jadorian.
There's
He's
in fact, Click, you might think you think like maybe the best idea is like you could go back and study the Elder Brain. You know, that's like the closest
Yeah,
thing
we
you could
could
think
go
of to like that's a way to get information is going back in a Psychropolis. So yeah.
Can't do
I
that.
mean, we could go straight to the source, see how the Psychropolis has been affected since the death
back
of
into
the
the
Elder Brain.
Chryslopolis.
Maybe we could scry on the sky crop puppets.
Now, what we could do is I could teleport
what?
us. So I could teleport us to the outside of Jadorian, and we could kind of scope it out.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Why
everybody
don't
that
cast,
we know and love is on Jadorian, and a couple
let's
people.
burn
in the Cove.
let's burn a sending spell and hit up someone on the Cove of Bones, or Jesus, on Jadorian.
Well, do they need to be on the same plane as us? Is it like
Not
Sky?
for sending.
Don't. I could also check with Whipper back at the Cove of the Bones.
Let's do it. Let's do some sending here because it's like low level spells.
Let's hit up.
There's a 5% chance it doesn't work, so I got to roll that D100.
If you get a 5 or below,
Mine'll work.
there we go. So what are you saying? What are you sending over?
I got to count off the fucking 20 words. 25 words. Whipper, Windrider. We killed Elder Brain.
Is everyone okay?
Is everyone okay?
That's-
Brain slugs? Question mark.
That's 11.
Still brain
Don't have
slugs?
to use them all.
I guess I've got a bit of extra. Did
I
anyone
mean,
want to
we
say
might as
hi?
well use them all.
That's
I'll say
Is there
hi.
anything you wanted to say?
That it
I'd like
cuts
to say
off.
hi.
Yeah, you're like,
Right on high.
It's time for me.
No, actually, I think you make it to say.
And she can respond.
You hear. We did it! You did it! We did it! The cove is back!
Can I do an insight roll on this?
Yeah, absolutely.
sounds
Guidance.
fishy.
It's just because she's a
I think it
penguin.
was just a laugh. I think I was unfairly judging that Marlboro Light 100's laugh.
I counted it as one.
You have guidance, Andrew.
Oh my gosh, what do I roll on the guidance?
D4.
D4.
Sorry, I thought guidance maybe... that'll be a 32.
Holy shit. Bards, baby.
Insighties.
Insighties.
This is some frantic energy from Whipper that you would recognize as joy, victory, and excitement.
Great.
I think she would maybe even add in at the end of the message just to clarify. She would say, "They all popped out and we got them."
That's good.
Yeah.
Hell
and so
yeah.
it seems like
Those are
there
good
was
words.
some sort of effect on the intellect of ours in the Cove of the Bones when you all killed the Elder Brain, and the small there was a small group of folks who were able to react to that and go to the
makes
Cove
me
of the
so
Bones
happy.
and
Good.
fight back.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll pump
Penguin
my fist.
family will be reunited.
I'm like,
I just
we
want
did
to
it.
go give them squeezes.
We did it. We saved the Cove of the Bones.
It's good news.
That's really
Shall-
nice.
Moonboy's
I think
gonna
Klik
hold
is
out.
so relieved that just something
Yeah.
happened. That just it did anything.
Hug.
It's like, at least we could keep our promise to like one family of penguins.
Yes.
What does Klik do?
Penguins.
What do you do? Like, how are you reacting in this moment when you find this
That
out?
hug was real.
she-
I hugged Klik.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think she's doing her best to be like stoic and warrior-like about it, but
She's
she goes
verklempt.
a little like
I see it.
she goes a little limp and goes just like, ugh, thank God, you know,
For Glimp.
like
top-
her knees just go a little bit.
The top arms are hugging Kai,
fall
but the
down.
bottom ones are just like sagging,
Yeah,
relaxed.
just like, yeah, that's good. That was the intended consequence of that, and everything else is like,
Oh man, I love it. I also never thought about
Your eyes with your feather boa.
Klik crying with all of
suppose.
her like many eyes, and how it's probably like
Acid tears.
like a misty windshield almost, or you're just like droplets everywhere, you know.
With her antenna.
all right, now I'm gonna Google a very high thing, which is, do bugs cry?
Prince wrote that song about it.
You're high. Please don't call 911.
This is what it sounds like when
The
bugs
bugs
cry.
cry. Oh man, I better not find out they do, or I'll feel pretty horrible.
Moonboy is going to, on that note,
I've said some pretty mean things to some bugs.
He's going to be like, well, I suppose that settles it. And he's going to put out his hands, inviting everybody to join him for a plane shift.
Another
to
prayer?
Jadorian.
Oh, right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think you all put your hands in for some plane shifting.
It sounds just like that.
Hell yeah.
And he shifts the reality, and we are now standing in the garden of moon herbs that he helped plant in Jadorian.
Incredible.
Amazing.
And you all look around as you land in this moon herb garden. And the city of Jadorian seems to be busy and peaceful. Just, you see the bustling, like some Kreen leaping around The walls guarded. You see these ships, some of these newly crafted ships kind of floating around the perimeter of Jadorian off in the distance. This armada that Jadorian has now. They're just passively guarding the city, and it seems unbothered currently.
I cast Levitate on Piss Cricket.
You're
Welcome home.
I'm back, he says. I'm back. As he's like floating up in the air.
It's like horribly scarred.
As you all are like walking out of the garden and Piss Cricket's like floating up in the air, you see Gluck and Aldous both kind of like wandering over to you. Like Gluck is walking slowly, looking older than he really is. This Kreen who's seen a lot, and Aldous hovering, very focused, but not rushing, as if they both knew each of you that you all would be here in this moment. And Aldous waves his long-fingered hand at you and nods.
Klik throws her arms around Gluck to greet him and then sticks her hand out to Aldous and says, "Nice to meet you."
No, we know him. We've met him.
We met him.
Yes, no, he's a friend.
Right.
Yes.
Back up.
It's fine.
Never mind.
She's
Never
fine.
mind. Not
She's
not
been
a
through
big deal.
it.
All right. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Pull Aldous also into a bit of an awkward hug, because I don't think he's much of a hugger.
Ooh, so you've got to like almost like spin him around a little bit because he's like floating. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like we did it. We got the
Moonboy
brain.
is going to use Druid craft in this moment to make the herbs around us kind of bloom.
And I will pull forth Talon's arm and sort of offer it to Aldous in silent recognition of what it means to have this arm. Like they were amazing. I don't think we would be here without them.
Yeah, he looks down, and he like you met Nyx through him, and they've been working together for a very long time, and you all know that. And he bows his head, and he stops floating, and he puts his feet on the ground, and he looks small, very small in this moment, as you can see that he has this large head and is kind of this figure that just exudes wisdom, and he's very sure often, and he just seems very small in this moment as he kind of like looks down, and his large head just kind of like leans over the arm, and when he looks up, his eyes, he has these like very like thick tears streaming down, and he says, "Sisters finally did it. They
lived.
Used their every breath to try and save the world.
They lived their lives often at odds, but they died side by side.
Drawn toward the same light," he says. I will miss my friends.
I'm sorry. So will I.
Hope I will see them again.
Let's not be too sad. This was still something of a victory.
I am proud. I am proud.
No, you're too sad. No, I'm just kidding.
May we all go
Stop
accomplishing
crying.
our goals. He says. Like, that will be enough
It'd
of
be
that.
so. We have a lot to discuss, but that can wait.
There is celebrating to do.
I'm glad to be home, where we can celebrate.
And he kind of just raises his arms up and looks around. And he says, everyone knows we have all done a good job today. And he kind of is like saying that to no one and away from you all. And then kind of his, like someone sitting on a chair, like folds up his legs and floats toward the city. And he says, come, we have many more things to worry about. And kind of like brings you on, and Gluck says, man, I hang out with him because I seem less weird when I'm around. That's great. But yeah, everyone,
Don't worry.
Dorian is gonna pop when they find out that you all are here still. But let's go.
We're lucky.
Cool. And with that,
Let's
as
go.
you all head into Jadorian, we'll cut to break, and we'll take a quick 5-minute break where we drink, pee, and we'll see what is going on in the city. Get it? Finale.
Yow!
All right. We'll see you soon.
In the city.
Will I cry in part 2 as well? Maybe.
Now posted pictures of the menorah at our house like a couple of times because AD's mom gave us the family menorah. And
Ooh,
every
that's nice.
single time people message me and they're like, I didn't know AD was Jewish. Aaron David? You didn't know he was Jewish?
Didn't put it together.
He was like,
What's
I thought they were
what's-
going to message you and be like, I didn't know you were Jewish.
Aaron David
I
hyphen
get that
Steve?
too. Yeah.
What's the actual
It's-
favorite
it's-
Christmas movie though? Like actual favorite.
Mine?
Mine?
Generally?
Round the table.
Muppet
Round the
Christmas
table.
Carol.
That's yeah. Damn it, Jordan! That you took mine.
We can share it.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I like the one with the
Gonna choir.
Those little rats. I can't.
You know,
I just
like
love them so
Elf.
much.
I like the comedy in Elf. I'll say Elf.
Yeah, Elf is good, man. I feel like every year I want to hate it, and every year I just love it more.
I've seen it like 20 times, and I just watched it last week, and it was the about most I've ever enjoyed it. So it's come all the way
funny.
around the bend for me.
Never seen
Silly
it.
and funny.
I feel like Barbie movie took a lot from Elf.
Interesting, yeah.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Similar
can
vibes.
I can see
Noted.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Noted feminist anthem, Elf.
Yeah.
Barbie movie also took a lot from the Lego movie.
Interesting.
Wow.
Wow.
I think my favorite Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Oh,
Also a great one.
Haven't seen
It's
that one
just-
in a hot
That's
minute.
just the family one. And it's a really good one.
Now
I
let's
also-
go around and say our favorite Hanukkah movies. Jordan, you go
Anyway,
first.
back to Jadorian.
This is the war. I'm on the fucking front lines of the war on Christmases, baby. I got fucking Santa Claus's blood on my sword.
Whoa.
oh, this feels like a
Struck
fun
him
one
down.
shot.
Good luck.
human
He's an
trafficking.
immortal
Yes.
lich.
He has taken the jingle blade.
Santa is an immortal lich. That rules.
It's cool.
Oh,
yeah.
that makes Christmas so much cooler.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. Well, let's play some D&D here.
I like Christmas because it gives an opportunity for my people to write songs.
Ah, yes.
Oh, sorry.
Aaron's people, of course. The elves.
The elves.
We're on Robo Jason for the second half of this, so I came in a little hot. Sorry.
Got it.
Um,
I think I may have come. I may be the one who's come in hot.
we maybe have Robo. We
with
maybe
my
have Jason. I don't know.
Anti-Christmas rhetoric.
I'll give it a second.
I want
Anyway.
to bring back the old dark Christmas. I'm all for secular Christmas.
The Yule, the pagan Yule.
Yes.
Oh, is that
Have
secular?
you all seen
Or
Russian
is it just
Santa?
not?
I guess-
He wears a
I guess
blue
it's
robe
pagan
and he's like
Christian, yeah.
Beastmaster. He's
Doesn't
got
feel
all,
secular.
he gets followed
you're
around
right.
by all these animals. It's dope.
That's cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that's the Christmas that I can get behind.
So let's get back into Jorian here. So you all.
Is it Christmas there?
It's an underground city that is lit by the bioluminescence.
Yeah, but it's the annual fungal bloom that rains white.
Done deal. It is. Keep going, Aaron.
Where they light up all they string lights made from bug spit.
And someone's just shaking some bells to clean them, but it's the perfect cadence,
That's just what Kreen talking sounds like. So it already sounds like bells.
Santa Louse comes from house to house, squirting eggs down the chimney.
Incredible.
I like a lot of Christmas music. I will say that.
So
I like Santa Baby. Do people like that song?
No,
that lady's
no way.
trying to fuck Santa.
No, it's
There's so many horny Christmas songs. It's like, what the
Movie
fuck
is
are you
so
talking
famous
about,
for being
dude?
terrible.
Also, at one point she goes,
that song.
"The deed to a platinum mine." Like, yeah, that's what you want for Christmas? Is to be a
Sounds
fucking
awful.
a crooked
A
landowner?
platinum baron.
Holy shit, that's insane.
Deed to a platinum
Santa
mine.
Baby. There it comes out.
I'm trying to think of the lyrics to this tune.
Yeah. Deed to
What
a
rhymes with
platinum
time?
mine?
Platinum mine. Yeah.
We didn't write that
yeah.
one. Shut up.
Okay.
So you all are entering Jadorian here, and I love the fungal bloom. There's a fungal bloom.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
It's,
It's fungus Christmas.
that resembles snow here.
Christmas.
Happy Fung
all
Dark,
heard the song.
everyone. Merry Fung Dark.
And as you all are walking through the town, you keep getting noticed by different Kreen and other folks. There's now like a decent amount of refugees from other planets here, and folks are noticing you as you all are walking toward the city center of Jadorian. You kind of meet up with Auntie Rabakosh, have go to these like central lodging where you can stay and meet up with folks, and you're just like following Aldous to this city center, and folks are following you at this point. They're just kind of like pointing at you and noting that, like, oh my god, they're still alive. This is still happening. Like we are safe. And at some point, like, a couple of folks are like, they like run over with this like large cask and like start pouring drinks for you. All like, cheers to you. This like large horned beetle Kreen is like, cheers to you all.
Yes, thank you. And you, man.
You slayed
Happy
the elder
fun
brain.
dog. Yeah, we did.
They did, and like the crowd cheers, and this large horned Kreen is like pouring out drinks for many folks in this crowd. He's like, they slayed the elder brain. They confirmed they did it. They confirmed. As he's pouring it out and just kind of disappears into the crowd.
They're pretty pumped, but somehow it doesn't feel quite so merry. You know,
We shouldn't rain on the parade.
that's true. Do you remember that time that we were celebrating in much this fashion, and that girl stole my hat, and you made her
Oh,
shoes
the little
fart?
thief who loved to fart.
Yes.
Remember her?
She's very lucky we were only like level 6, you know. Nowadays she tries that shit. I'll turn her into ozone.
For sure. I would have teleported her into the sun.
I'll pat Moonboy on the back to try to
All
calm
the fury
him
of
down.
Lunastera lost.
Easy,
Yeah, I would have modified her memory.
It's all right.
I just feel like we've seen so much, you know.
True polymorph.
Yes.
This very
Greatest
small,
polymorphs of all is the one that happens in here.
this very
your
small,
hat,
very green Kreen, kind of like flutters down a bit next to you, Klik, and it's like, can I have an autograph? She has like a little piece of paper. You're the
Klik
queen, the
cocks
queen
a
of
ball of spit
Jadorian.
in her hand and stamps it on the piece of paper.
Oh, it like burns into it a little bit, and she's like, "Oh!" She like holds it up in the air and is like walking back in the crowd. She's like, "I got it!" And you can see like other clutch
That's 8
Young
silver. Come back here.
Kids of her clutch are like following her into the crowd.
Stop, thief!
I gave it to her.
kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding. Target acquired. Red dot on her back. Triangulating.
And as you step forward, or as you make it to the city circle here, and you can see this temple that you all before fought in. It kind of has this door wide open, and you can see a lot of people have started to gather inside. And it's primarily folks who are not from Jadorian. I seem to be using it as a gathering place as they have left other planets and kind of heard that this is a safe place to go to. And as you step up here too, you can see the word of you all returning has kind of already made it to this city center. And you see Cobble, Relic, Goliathan, and tiny little moon goat all standing at the top of this, it was all standing right outside of this temple, just kind of looking at you all. And they're like, you're like, oh, okay, well, look at you, just waltzing back in like it's no big deal. And Goliathan's like, come on now. And he tips his head. He's like, good work out there. Seems like you all did good work.
Yeah. Run and squish.
Yes, same deal. Fly at violent speed.
Well,
Klik jumps, lands behind him, and picks him up and puts him on her shoulders.
Yeah, I fly from the other direction and pull him into a hug, which almost knocks everyone off balance.
As you go to jump, Relic's like, yeah, hugs, and he leans forward to try and hug you, and you just jump over him, and so he misses the hug.
I'll pick up Relic and give him a hug.
Whoa!
Give a little awkward hug.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Nice. He says, nice, staying alive, just like I told you. He said, and pats you on the back. And Cobble's like, yeah. I have to say, I think that I've learned I'm not very good at predicting the future. Because you all are still alive, and I'm still alive.
Sure.
I'm glad that I'm not.
I remember you. I hope you remember me.
Gee, yeah. Oh my God! Would you not remember me? You all told us to stay here so we would be safe. You don't remember us?
Weren't you?
Yeah. We've been actually doing a lot. It's been good.
Right. You look relaxed. You look hydrated. You look like you've been
Yeah.
benefiting from this time, not having a constant panic attack in the crow's nest of a spaceship.
Yeah,
You're not huddled in the crow's nest burning a dark candle.
Right.
that's true.
Right.
Yeah, I've been relaxing quite a lot.
Good.
A hobby,
Looks good on
maybe.
you.
Thank you. She says, kind of
I lean in
greeting
towards her and whisper in her ear, I know you're high.
Roll
cool.
a
It's cool.
deception check. Actually,
Amazing.
intimidation.
It's deception.
Go for it.
I rolled a 3
Okay, cool.
plus. Not a bunch. 5.
She wraps you on the head with her staff, and she's like, how dare you? She says, I'm just a little drunk.
Hey, it's cool, baby. I grew these herbs for everyone, man.
Yeah,
Party dart.
you see Malzor, when you say that, he's comes out of the temple being like, yeah, he did. And it's just kind of handing
I
out.
thought I smelled something. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
And
he's-
Cheech.
he kind of waves to you and goes back in the temple, handing things out.
My man. There he goes.
Is Goat here?
King in his own mind.
Yeah, she's in her little new form.
Right. Good.
Klik sort of awkwardly greets Goat like a stranger. It's hi.
Hello. And she's like, don't be weird about it. Just because I have a new body. And she kind of like jumps up on your back and like crawls up and sits on your shoulder.
Shits on your shoulder.
God.
Goat.
She's getting used to the new
I
body.
haven't seen you
trying
in
it
a
out.
long time.
No, this is an
crosses
ancient
a line.
Lunar-Starin tradition. This is how we greet one another.
It's healthy.
Save it for 6 months to give it to someone who deserves it.
This is very, very. You should be honored.
Dense nugget.
She sits on your shoulder, and it's kind of like looking
a
around
dump,
her
yes.
new little her new little gnome form, and it's kind of like feels good to be up here again. And it's just kind of like looking around, and she's like, I have to say, I'm better at tying knots in this new body, but just shit at pulling lines.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all
can't
about
be good
the
at
knots.
everything.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
The knots are where it's at.
I can probably help you with something to make you a little stronger.
Sure. I'll take any any help I could get. And Relic is like, you see him kind of like talking to Aldous for a moment, and then he like looks around and you see he kind of like takes a nice little sob, looking at the arm, kind of like putting those pieces together, and you see Goliathan take his hat off and look at it and say, she's a part of our crew.
How many fish folk did we start with?
There's a lot.
Over 10. Yeah, I think it was like 15, 16. Yeah.
Someone probably knows the exact number, but
I do. I have it in a sheet that I'm not going to pull up right now. But yeah, and I think that you can see that the Breeze Traveler is kind of like making arrangements to... he's talking to Auntie Rabakash, who you can see the Kreen leader was inside the temple as well, and he's like making arrangements with her to honor them by like throwing some pieces of fabric with their names stitched into them into like the pit, the very sacred grave. But he's kind of, it seems like, to be discussing that with her as like an honor for doing such a great deed for this universe, and she seems to be nodding along with it.
They're worthy of the honor.
Cool. Yeah, and you all are being it's very clear that the party is being kicked off, as well as folks. This is okay, we're done with work here. The crew has come back. The good news is here. It is confirmed that all of these responses that they've seen in the world are a result of you all defeating the Elder Brain. Aldous would explain to you Aldous and anyone really would explain to you that they have been keeping a close eye on the Cove of the Bones and a few other key places. And as soon as you all defeated the Elder Brain, there was signs of their weakening. It seems like they were ready to send out different groups to kind of do something about it. The Mingabwe has been taken back as well. The Cove of the Bones has been taken back. They were able to teleport these groups of folks out, send some ships out. And part of them, you hear that they're talking about sending ships out, and part of that is a thing they note to you is that Powerface seems to have abandoned the Hall of the Skull Goblin. At least there is no sign of their ships there now, at least. In fact, I would say that the king of the Skull Goblin King is not present here. He seems to have taken this group of Skull Goblins and Skull Cyclops back to the Hall of the Skull Goblin King. So without a fight, it just seems that they just left. And there's a little bit of uncertainty there, but
okay. Add it to the list of things to look into, I guess.
Curiouser and curiouser.
So yeah, there's the city is starting to get full, and before you kind of you had this moment to greet your friends here, and you're now kind of getting shoved apart here and there as more people are coming up to talk to you about asking you questions, asking you for autographs, wanting to hear recounts of what happened, about what an elder brain looks like, if you all saw any other wild things in this Psychropolis, and. So yeah, you're kind of getting pushed apart here. So I'd love to hear what each of you are trying to do in this moment of revelry.
Klik tries to push through the crowds and is shaking hands with people she recognizes and trying to maintain a happy outlook. But mostly she wants to talk to Gluck and just hear about the world. What has happened? Have they heard anything? Has he heard anything from Aldous about next steps?
Yeah.
I think she's not quite ready to celebrate.
K.A.I's in the same boat. I think I would even probably to Clippers, but to anyone else who's interested would maybe suggest I don't know if I feel like seeing this party all the way through, but maybe we could head back to the Dinger.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, we would offer to anyone else from the sort of core group or crew, at least I would sort of let them know that, or anyone who's not actively swept away by the party, as I know that some of our group occasionally is. I don't want to take that away from anyone. So if people look like they're having a grand old time, I won't disturb them. But
Flute, you do see Felix across the crowd, kind of gives you a nod of glad you're alive, but doesn't really can tell you're busy as well.
Yeah, I'll give him a wave. I think Flute also wants to kind of go back, kind of both pretty still worn out with, once again, almost dying, but also this little argument with the writer and that mysterious swell of energy. I think he's also kind of not in the most partying of moods.
Sure. Yeah. As the world is celebrating around you, you all can kind of weave through it fairly easily. And the Dinger is parked on the this kind of pool, this soft mud pit that it's been set down in outside of the hangar. And it seems to have just been stuck right here. You can tell from the mud that it's sitting in. It's fairly dry. It's hasn't really gone anywhere, and it seems very lived in. Very homey, as there's just kind of some fabric draped around for sitting outside of underneath. And I wouldn't say it's definitely not in disrepair in any way, but it's sitting here unbothered. And the crew of the Dinger especially, Cobble, Relic, like Malzor, all of them are so happy to have you on board, and they're kind of just showing you what they've done, and it's nothing huge. It's more of just we've Relic's I finally organized all the this spare fabric we have down here. Check this out. And Malzor is showing you the crop that he's got going of moon plants in the Dinger again, because you had expended them all, and he's got a nice spring sprig going on that he would show you as well.
Lovely.
Goliathan would invite you all to come say hello to Dingham Nidris as well, if you would like to. Who
sure.
Very eerily and intensely greets you all by the longest possible saying of your name that he can muster, as he's very much just hello, Moonboy, also known as
Yes, that's right.
Cyril Ethic.
Moonrider.
Yes.
Yes, I have many names.
Like, yeah, they all. He just kind of like does it and looks deeply at you and is as like, you all have come a long way, have you not? Impressive.
Yes.
I want you to know, I miss the body that I had, but I have been resting well, and I'm always ready.
It's hard to go back.
And
Moonboy pulls up his shirt, and he has just a fucking 10-pack. That's crazy. You had no idea.
They're so
this
tiny.
whole time. And then he
Dispel magic.
What a reveal!
breathes out, and it turns back into like a tiny dad bod. He's like, but they're in there, hiding, like Bigfoot.
All you eat is pickles.
Exactly.
Just like the song says.
All you need is dill.
Yes,
Is that a Hanukkah
an
song?
old one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that like after these pleasantries and kind of them showing you around, you all end up back at the table. You know, this long kitchen table inside of the dinger, and Cobble's like, I've been making some food while you've gone, and.
Wow.
Goliath's quickly like, well, wouldn't it be nice, Kai, if you don't mind? I mean, I'm sure you want to get back to it. And the insinuation there is that Cobble's food is not good.
Right. Got it.
So it seems very hopeful that you wouldn't mind taking up the mantle again.
Maybe we can cook together.
And so
like
with you
crickets.
here is... I would say Auntie Rabakash is not necessarily following. She's kind of like staying out in the city, focused on, keeping the spirits high. And Gluck has joined you all. Aldous has joined you all. Moon Girl is here. Luna is here, and Olaphanticulus is here as well. And the whole crew. Relic is here. Goat is here. Goliath's here. So a full house, and I would say I think everyone is not trying to push it with you all because they know how much has gone on and how much you all have put in. So no one wants to be like, so what's next for you all? But there is a little bit of this war room vibe of folks showing up to listen to you all and to discuss with you all and be helpful in any way they can.
I will allow myself to cook for the people, which I haven't done for a while.
Incredible. Do you have any specific dishes that you're making?
Not sure what we have. I will look in and see that, we've got some pickles, we've got the makings of some hover crumpets, I've got some all sauce, whip it into some butter,
And I will
make some sandwiches.
I will cast
Nothing crazy.
enlarge on a pickle, and I will carve the Christmas pickle. For everyone to have some.
Incredible. Can you roll a sleight of hand check?
So funny.
Yes.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Pickle check.
That's going to be a 22.
Oh my gosh. Give us the description of this immaculate carving.
Oh, it's the best. It's the greatest Fung Dark pickle anyone's ever seen. A Fung Dark to remember. It's got light meat, dark meat. It's got a stuffing of pure pickles inside the pickles, and it is covered in
Pickduckins.
Yes, it is covered in giardinera to give it a little bit of spice.
And Gerardia.
And giardia, yes. To bring it a wonderful
Delicacy for the cream.
traditional
Is it like
creamish
hot sauce?
piquance. Yeah.
God.
Incredible. Incredible.
It's very much, you remember when the Grinch carves the roast beast
Absolutely.
and he's handing everybody a slice? It's that vibe.
This reminds me of what I would like,
So good.
what fruitcake was like for me when I was a kid, because I just like hated it, But it's, yeah. but everybody else seemed to like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll whip up, nothing special. Sandwiches, giant croquembouche.
Giant croquembouche.
Did you like watch a croquembouche bake-off recently or something?
It's me and Case say the word croquembouche to each other all the time.
It's
to
very
remind
funny
each other that there's good stuff in the world.
that it's out there.
Croquembouche.
Yeah.
We whisper it.
Sometimes when I'm alone, I just say purple winter creeper to myself because it's just
Purple what?
It's a plant. There's a plant called purple winter creeper, and it's like the
that's
most
pretty
fun
good.
things to say to yourself. Purple winter creeper is like
Purple winter
it
creeper.
feels like riding a skateboard.
Try
Purple winter
croquembouche.
creeper. Yeah. So yeah, and as you all are like digging in, and it feels festive, it feels like nice and warm and just like normal again. Like you all went from destroying a giant horror in this world and watching two of your allies die in front of you to like being back here at the table and being able to just enjoy the food. And that is okay. Like just being able to have this moment of like, oh yes, this is just what we've been fighting for. And you see the little tattoo that Aldous has on his forehead right here of like the 4 rings. It kind of, you remember that like that's what this whole thing is about for him. And has been. It's like fighting off the prophecy that he seemed to be to know of, that him and Nyx seemed to be invested in as truth, that someone had sold this world, had given it away, had given it an end date. And you now know that that's true. You know that the Meridian Tract was planning to disperse this world rather than have it be, given into the track of the colony that the colony could see, their like eventual overtaking and overthrowing that was brewing here. And you can sense a little bit of eagerness, like Aldous is enjoying the food too, but he can sense all of y'all's questions for him too. And so as soon as it seems like everyone has had plenty to eat and is slowing down, he kind of floats himself up to the edge of the table and is like, I feel that you have questions for me about what is next. And I have been spending my whole life studying to answer those questions.
What will become of the colony?
The mind flayers will disperse. Some will go underground here. Some will burrow themselves into this world as a way of hanging on. But they are decentralized now. The majority of them will flee. Will go back through the doors while they remain open. And look for the next ring of gravity that will pull them to a new colony, a new hive mind, or they will be devoured, or they will be killed, but there'll be plenty still floating around this world. But the threat of mind flayers here is no more. You won't see their ships showing themselves anytime soon, I think.
Good. Good riddance.
Yes. It is a true joy of mine that I have part of their demise.
Oh, what now? Is she still coming?
Yes. I'm very sure of that. I've looked deep into everything that I know, every corner of my mind, every projection that I can do of myself into other worlds leads me to believe that she is still coming.
Where are they?
Why? What could she possibly want?
I do not know. The Undying Queen is playing chess against many dimensions.
Self now.
Yes. And
The Elder Brain is dead. The colony is scattered. Why does she... She doesn't want this world. She wants to ride endlessly, conquering through the astral sea, doesn't she?
I don't think so. I think that is she is a a being that has lived and done much, much more for much, much longer than I have, so I would be a fool to tell you that I could know how she thinks and why. But from what I know about the Mind Flayers, there is the sign of true defeat may only prick in her mind that they are weak and need to be stamped upon. But I do believe in you all. And I do believe that you all have shown that you have made a difference in what can be done in this universe. Bless you, Laloon. And I do think that if you go to her, you stand a chance of having her pull the reins back on the Dark Star.
We have
And
to
Laloon
try, right?
and Olive and Ticulus both look immediately uncomfortable with this idea. Like, I'm not going to have you roll for it. They're just like, shift and look at each other.
What would you have us do then? If that's not the plan.
I'm not
What
saying
is-
it's not the plan, Laloon says. I
You don't think she'll listen?
I worry about sending you all to her. Because you all are the best defense this world has. And so,
We have to go. That's
So what, we send someone else?
It's the only other step.
I mean, maybe there are more persuasive emissaries, but I look at Flute and I'm like, I don't know of anyone more persuasive than this one when they need to be.
Oliphanticulus says, I would go. And he says, yeah, me too. You send us.
I think you
Why do we have to go
Undying
in person? We can't.
Conscience.
There's no other way to talk to her.
Inside check.
Into which part?
Do I get any vibes off of them?
Sure.
Shouldn't just say insight check. That's rude. May I roll?
Yep, go for it.
I'm bad at this, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, fuck, 4. I'm really so bad.
I mean,
Just a
value,
robot
really.
trying to figure
Now
out.
that we've
They're
won.
lying.
you kind of say out loud, inside check, yeah.
Inside check.
I say lying? And everyone looks at me.
And
Secrets?
Oliphanticulus says, no, nothing to hide here. I am an open book. I just simply think that we are powerful beings here. We are a line of defense to this universe, and we could be a barrier to maybe any subterfuge that might crop up, but would still be a force to be reckoned with. Moon Girl has run into her before and has made it out. I wouldn't say unscathed, and she laughs and like looks over at the necrotic hand that is just kind of like floating and just grabbing at the air, but she has like the fingers tied together, so it's just like bouncing around like a pool noodle.
You all have.
Moon Girl, would you like me to try to regrow you an arm? Or perhaps you could wear Talon's arm.
I worry that if I
I'm sure she would want you to have it.
do anything to hinder its growth, it would hinder my existence and vice versa.
Is it still growing?
I think it could. It's not currently.
All right. Let me ask you all something. Do you ever feel bad for the Mind Flayers? There was a time when I saw them as, nothing more than ravenous monsters, but many of them were people once. And if I were turned into a Mind Flayer and I didn't have much choice but to eat brains, I hope you'd all, want to help me, or at the very least feel pity for me. And if some of them, like Florial, can come back.
Cobble
Maybe
smacks
they're
her
not-
glass down on the table, and she's like, A lot of people say that about kobolds too. They say like, "Oh, you know, look at these little dragon dogs," and she's not nailing it here. But she's like, she
showing her ass.
Tell she's stumbling with her point. She's like, "Well, I met a lot of ass kissing little dragon dogs like me, and who just wanted to corrupt the world, and I didn't do that. So I say, don't feel bad for the mind flayers, but you know,
pity the people that they used to be.
But also, you know, don't hate on them. Just like I'm a kobold.
Don't
you
hate
get
the
it.
flayer.
Hate the brain.
Hate the brain.
God, that needs to be a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's really good.
She apologizes as she kind of missed the point. She kind of like, I'm gonna go, and she like goes into a cabinet.
Right.
She just goes under the table. Yeah, it wasn't great. I do feel bad, but
Are we going to try to put Florial back together?
I mean, it couldn't.
do we have any idea of where we could find a piece of him?
We know
Yes,
that
I
Dying
know.
Queen has a piece.
Well,
The loon says, I know where one is. The Undying Queen has a piece.
Look,
Bitch.
anywhere
kill two birds with one
else?
stone.
Oh, I don't want to kill any birds now. It's been such a
Prefer not to
day.
kill any birds.
Do you know where the other pieces are?
Olaphanticus is like, I'm pretty sure that they hid one in the corridors. It was their favorite spot. They had their own little created dimension, and so I'm pretty sure there's one in there.
Interesting.
How many
If it's in the
pieces
corridors, it could be
are
anywhere.
there total?
My guess is 6. But I'm
Just
guessing.
need one, as far as I know.
But yeah, we only need
I'll
one.
Look to Olaphanticulus. Yeah. Okay.
To get the conversation going.
Right.
Should we talk to the queen first?
It feels like we don't have a ton of time to waste in that department.
Right. Once she's here,
It's too late.
too late.
I
Exactly.
mean, I can contact her
Can
when
you?
when she enters our sphere. I can reach out. make a
If she's in the
call.
astral sea,
I've got her number.
then
When she's here, it might be too late.
if she's in the astral sea, I could get there long enough to deliver a message. And I'll,
I don't-
you know, have this astral cloak of stars.
I totally forgot about that.
Me too.
I mean, I can get us to the astral sea. We will need to rest, but like I said, perhaps
Right,
there's a
we
way
could
we
go.
can. If we're doing all of this traveling, you know, Dingholm Nidris knows how to travel between planes. Perhaps there's some way we could research something that doesn't eat up all my spell slots.
Yes, he can travel between crystal spheres, but I've been working on the idea of maybe finding a way to help him travel between planes.
Well, even honestly, just like a spell storing ring. I could pop a couple of
Yeah,
maybe plane
Unfortunately,
shifts in
they-
there. Maybe
they can only store low-level spells, but maybe we could find a way.
we
We
can
are
find one that can do a
innovative.
high level spell. Maybe
Perhaps.
if we send our DM
If we knew
a
an
$50
Artificer.
Amazon gift card, whatever that means.
Just came to you.
It's always worth a shot.
Yes.
Well, let's not go right away. There are things in the works here, and we can try to figure out the best way to have this conversation. And it'd be a shame to leave again right away.
Do we know what became of the other ship we had?
destroyed.
Yeah, that fucking rad ship.
Was it
Ugh,
fully
we had so
destroyed?
many rad ships.
It was fully destroyed. But we are using some of the old pieces, and we have a new one in the works.
Yeah, Olaf Anticulus is like, I should be finished with it fairly soon. I know that they were working on it, and I would probably need to tidy it up a bit now that I've returned.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Any chance we could...
made a few updates to the blueprints. Nothing major.
I mean, Dingham Nidris can get us between spheres, right? Isn't
Spheres.
that why he's... Or between... Isn't that why he's so like,
Yes.
coveted? Like, can't he get us to where we need to go if we're trying to visit the Queen?
I don't think she's on a different sphere right now.
I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Is she?
confusing two things.
She's in the astral plane.
She's on a different plane, but not a different sphere.
Sure.
There is each sphere
And he
has its
can
own
go
planes.
between
Cowboy World has
right.
Cowboy Astral Plane,
Scuba space.
Scuba Astral Plane.
But
I'd like to see
I don't
it
know.
someday.
So I was
I've been
just-
working on some large-scale maths. Planar magic. See if we can update his abilities. Who knows?
Well, I don't know how eager he would be to jump back into battle, but
Hopefully
the
he won't
highest
have
level
to.
spell jamming technology that we have access to right now.
Yes.
Alice leans
Also-
forward. Alice leans forward and he's like, so you all feel that you could go to the Undying Queen? That if we here maybe could figure out a way to... You all feel like it would be safer if you took a ship to her city?
I mean, not necessarily.
I
I
think
think we just
would
need
be
to think
safer.
about the best way to... I mean, it could be.
I just felt that like we were super exposed. We didn't have any place
Yes.
where we were
It's
safe
true.
or protected in any way. And if we go naked, we're right in that boat again.
Yes.
Or we're not in a boat.
Well, if Anticulus, you have some magic that would let us shack up for the night.
Yes,
Need
I
a
have
Plan B
lots of...
We should try to finish the ship.
Sure.
and a Plan C for when Plan B fails.
I think, and Aldous leans forward again and says, I think that I would be surprised if it was the threat was days away. You know, I think I think you all have a bit of time, and you've definitely bought yourself some more time. So I would say prepare for what you need, but I don't think that you need to worry about the clock as much as what, are you preparing to fight her if she says no? Is that what I am understanding?
What else can we do?
We should look into
If we have to.
a plan B. I want to research the Dark Star. If we can. We've discussed previously ways to potentially circumvent its effect, and perhaps we could explore that option more as a plan B if diplomacy should fail. And if that fails, then we'll just have to kill her. Although her name would suggest that would be hard.
More difficult than it would appear. Is
Perhaps
she? Do we know?
power word heal.
Yes. Is she undead? A lich?
She's
As it were?
undying.
She's definitely not alive, says
I
the
know.
Moon Girl.
Right.
Killing her is probably off the table.
Well, we've killed
But-
some ghosts before.
Undead can be destroyed.
Right. Make them re-dead.
That's right.
Now then, this "Don't hate the Flayer, hate the brain" T-shirt. Do you think it would be kind of a
That's
Tasmanian
priority
devil
one.
vibe? Like,
Right. Maybe
arms
Yosemite
crossed,
Sam
sort of.
with his
Right,
guns.
right. Yes, in like a Charlotte Hornets jersey.
But
Real 90s shit.
with some dirty black Air Force Ones.
Cornrows, like he just got back from St. Bart's.
Oh, God.
And Aldous is like, yes, I think that we can do some research. We can do some research on what it would mean to try and face, destroy, or circumvent the Dark Star. We can do some research on what you all should say to the Undying Queen, maybe to help
Right.
this information on this prophecy.
Should we compliment her shoes?
Does she even wear shoes? Is a being
Does she wear
like
shoes?
her beyond the
Or
need
like
for shoes?
her
Moon Girl confirms. She's like, yeah, she's got
sword.
some killer boots.
She does.
Just
She
truly
does.
killer
she
boots.
does.
Yeah.
You just know.
This is the
Hear the
kind
name
of
Undying Queen, you know that shoe collection is crazy.
And she's had
kept.
all of time to collect.
Don't worry, everybody. I've got some pretty sweet shoes myself.
And Oli pipes up here and is like, I think that I could prepare, if you all wish, I could prepare a fleet for you all to take to the Astral Sea. Or, I'm sure Moon Girl and I could put our heads together to maybe rework some of her fuckery, where she just charged in alone.
Fleet doesn't necessarily say we come in peace, you know?
It's true.
We don't.
we don't come in peace.
But that's what we want, ultimately, is peace. Our intentions are peaceful. We're not here to unleash a fleet on the old
Yeah.
gal, are we?
This isn't a war of aggression. She's here to destroy everything.
But we
And
fixed
she
the
can-
problem. We took care of
Right.
the brain.
And I hope that she listens.
And if she doesn't, then the fleet.
Wouldn't
fleet.
you listen to a fleet? I'd listen to a fleet.
I doubt she'll
Point.
see any adversary as her equal.
Gluck laughs and he's like, I don't think you would listen to anyone, Klik. I mean that with
I'm
deep
just saying.
respect.
I think we approach in the spirit of diplomacy.
Yeah, there you go. I agree.
And then I think
That
we go with a
fails.
backup plan. Like I said, I would like to
Should
have
explore.
some sort of teleportation grenade like the Batman of old.
So no fleet at first, says Lulin.
Backup
I
fleet.
mean, we've been building
Like
a fleet, haven't
close.
we? That's been like in the works
Fleet within
Oh
a
yeah,
fleet.
we have a
this whole
fleet.
time.
We have a fleet, for sure.
But like another fleet.
A double fleet.
Double fleet. Of feet.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
and
riding.
they're all kind of like looking at you they want to know, like, are you all going to go off
by the
again
foot.
on your own, or should they start preparing all of the resources that they've made here at Jadorian to like not quite march on the city, but like, you know, prepare themselves to like go together? Are you all going alone, or are you going like with a crew? Is more of the question.
Is
I mean, we-
Breeze Traveler with this group, or did he go off somewhere?
He's gone off. Yeah.
Okay. I'll point out to her, I'll be like, we got a lot of people killed on that last run that probably didn't have to be killed.
That
Maybe
was
we
a
could.
daring nighttime raid. This is hopefully a mission of diplomacy.
Right.
Do we
think
have
that
any
people-
proof or any knowledge that she is interested in diplomacy? Is she a conversation kind of gal?
We know that she has a goal to destroy the colony by any means necessary, so hopefully, therefore, if her goal is met, she'll see reason. If not, then Jadorian and everywhere else should be prepared to oppose her. Because the alternative is destruction of everyone and everything everywhere.
I'm just saying I'm not exactly sold on knocking on the front door and saying, hey, do you mind not destroying our whole galaxy? We'll clean up our own mess. It's already a little cleaned up already. Like, why, if she's still coming and she's so all-knowing and undying, then why hasn't she turned around already?
That's true.
There's something else that we're missing.
That's a good point.
It might be the door.
You're right.
Flux says.
Door?
What door?
Alice is like, I don't.
You mean the door to the
Florial's
Mind Flayer, the Mind Flayer open door?
No, Gluck's like, no. A new door has opened. And Aldous is like, I do not think this is connected. And Gluck's like, well, I disagree. I think it is.
A new door? What door?
What is this door?
A new door opened in the temple.
The temple here?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to lead to anywhere.
What does that mean?
It's just empty caves.
When did it open?
And it just popped open?
Yeah. It truly, like, it came out of nowhere. It just opened. And there's nothing inside of it, just empty caves.
We should take a look at that.
Next season.
Aldous is like, I truly do not think this is connected. We have investigated it. We've gone looking through it.
And it's
sent
just
folks
nothing.
into
It's
it.
just a nothing thing that just opened. You know nothing after all the research.
Has this happened before?
There's shattered bits of colorful glass, but that's it. I mean, it doesn't seem to be.
Trolls,
It seems to be devoid of any magic or
for
growth.
all of your insight and wisdom, you still don't seem to believe that nothing in this world happens on accident. If a door opens, it's because whatever force it is that's setting this stage, gods,
Closed a window.
DMs, or whatever you would call it, it's because we're meant to look inside that door. I can feel it. I can feel them watching, even now.
Then Gluck says, I mean, I'll take you. And now this is like, this is a waste of time, but we can take them, yes.
At least let's eliminate it.
Waste some time.
And Moon Girl and Olaphanticulus go with you. And you all kind of like head out and have to, it like takes you a while to get to these throngs because the party seems to have kicked up a notch and people are a little bit less inhibited about approaching you all. And so it takes some work to get through this crowd as people are like, you see this like large, it seems to be made of like twigs and leaves, like version of the Mind Flayer that like folks have hoisted up and are beating with sticks here and there. Like part of it is on fire.
The wicker flare.
Yeah. And
Liquor man.
you finally kind of like get over to the temple there and Auntie Rabakosh. Yeah.
It's filled with
Sorry.
smaller brains.
Yeah,
No, it's fine.
that's disgusting. Yeah.
Auntie Rabakosh is like
And the
leading a
smell.
song of some sort at the front of the temple, and you can see it's over. The door is over in kind of like where the coward's corner was. You all remember, like right around the edge, kind of in one of the tucked in edges there. And it.
Wait, where? Sorry.
No, that's it. No,
When did this door open?
they say like above before the elder brain died.
All right.
And they show it to you, and Olaphanticulus immediately is like, "Oh, this is a Florial Tohr. I can tell immediately." But as you go over to it, you can see that it just seems to be a open, active portal of some sort, but it just is like a door frame, this kind of like stone door frame, which you would recognize to K.A.I as these like floral symbols along the edge. And I would love for all four of you to roll either perception or history, and you will get different answers depending on what you roll.
I guess you gotta go history.
Perception for me. Let's say 25.
Oh hell yes! I'm gonna get all the numbers here, and then we're gonna do it.
What was the roll?
Perception or history. You'll get different answers depending on what you roll.
13.
On which one?
3. History.
Flute, what'd you get?
13 perception.
Cool.
I'll guide myself.
Moonboy?
I've rolled a 30 perception.
Ooh, perceppies.
Perceptions, I got a crit. I have a +10.
Incredible.
Nice.
Incredible. K.A.I, you immediately, I mean, you're kind of stuck on the fact, you're like looking at the exterior of the door to like figure out what's going on there. And you recognize something similar to like how you kind of broke the doorway in the Azure Forge to get into the corridors.
My
Like something,
patented hacking techniques.
yeah, something similar is happening here. Flute, you since that is kind of like an empty corridor, you don't really recognize anything at the.
Oh, this is the coward's corner.
I could hide in here. Yeah,
And you definitely remember that there was
checking
not a
the
door here
angles.
before.
I hide in that.
Yeah, it's
Called the oubliette of bravery.
Pretty yeah.
Klik, you see this a bunch of like shattered glass on the ground that is this mix of like neon colors that's like very fine. But you, between the mist, the smell, and this shattered glass, this immediately seems like the corridors to you. But I would say you don't see the patented connection of like tubes and pathways that kind of like go across the two sides of the large crevasse. There is this like mist kind of just like hanging in the air, and you recognize the stone and the dank smell of this place, but there is none of these. The whole place before was like full of these large pathways that seem to bridge across over these different neon colors, and they aren't present there at all. And Moonboy, you know for sure that this is the corridors, and it has been fully broken apart, fully dismantled in ways. Like you can tell that all this shattered glass on the ground is. Are these pathways that were connecting before. And if you like stick your head in just a little bit, you can see all of these arches carved into the stone all throughout the walls here that a lot of them before were connected by these pathways, and they were active and became portals because of the connecting points that were happening between them. And none of them are active. They are all dormant.
My God, somebody's destroyed it all.
How is that possible?
Would she do this?
Could she?
Did Olfanticulus and Moon Girl come with us?
Yeah. Olfanticulus is like, when you say this, we kind of like share this with him, Moonboy. Olfanticulus is horrified. He's kind of like sad even. It's like, he hasn't been here in so long, and he recognizes it, and just seeing it, like, look, he like picks up some of the glass and seeing it destroyed. He's like, oh no.
It's okay, bro.
Maybe it was Gregory Punch.
Yes, maybe he's doing it for a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, maybe this is the Undying Queen's clumsy attempt to trap the Mind Flayers here in this crystal sphere.
Maybe if it happened before the Elder Brain was killed.
Yes.
Maybe she knew that.
We could
succeed.
We could try to go find your giant friend. Maybe she
We
survived.
could try. She may have.
There's no way this isn't connected, right?
What's her name again? I have it written down.
No way.
It's got to be. It's not nothing, that's for sure.
More.
You know who I'd like to see is Noel the Skeleton Remover again. Remember him?
He was a good guy. He never even got
Got
to
out
remove
of
anyone's
the
skeleton while we were around.
Yes, he was in for a couple of puzzle episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder where he is now.
Right.
I wonder what his skeleton's doing right now.
Do you think it's thinking about us?
I mean, I don't know how. Do I think that I could activate this door? Repair it?
The one that you all just walked through?
Yeah.
I mean, it's repairing it would mean closing it. It's kind of like wedged open, if anything.
Okay, so it's just like open and the corridors are broken inside. But this is an entrance to the corridors that we could go into and explore.
Yes.
Does it
Are you
look
sure
like
nothing
somebody
came
has
out?
like broken through from this side or from the other side?
It looks like from the this has been like wedged open from the inside. Like I don't think that's maybe like a secret really, because no one has done anything from this side to like open it. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So it's like someone was
busted up a whole bunch of portals and then shoved their way through this one. So hypothetically, they're on Jadorian. It's like an idea. There's no way that this just opened, right?
Did we?
Did we do this?
Are there temple
I'm going to,
guards like
Take a step
regularly?
inside.
Flute, just real quick, Flute. There are definitely Kreen that are posted up guarding this specific entrance. Because they're like, there was just like worry about it. So there are definitely Kreen guarding it.
Glad to hear that.
I want to step inside the doorway and I will cast targeting Madeira, the crystal giantess.
Found it. Good.
What do you say?
I say, Madeira, it is I, K.A.I. What has happened? Are you all right? Many doors.
When you step in through the doorway and you send this spell, before you even finish it, you just feel it not connect to anything.
She's not here. She's dead, or she's gone.
And Flute and Klik, can you both roll a perception check real quick? Or no, you all, yeah. Let's just do it here for fun.
Yeah, I'll suggest to Klik we could go and check with the guards to see if somebody came out of here. I got a critical fail.
Awesome.
16 for me.
The Klik, you notice this tiny little creature pushing through the crowd, which you would recognize fairly quickly as Buzz Snorg, the Skull Goblin King. And it's odd that he's like alone and like, but he's like pushing to the crowd through the crowd to you all. And yeah.
Oh.
Buzz Snorg.
He comes up and he's like panting with his like large belly, ice cream in one hand. He's like, I came as quickly as I could when I heard that you all were back. He's like,
See.
Still nursing that ice cream, I see.
I'm holding on to it dearly. I broke into the last one because I heard you all were back. I've been saving it. But I hope this means you can make me some more.
I will.
Like, the heart of the god. When we got back to, when we went back and took back the palace of the Skull Goblin King.
It was open?
It was open. It was on.
And
I turned it off. And it was
who
on.
That was on the throne. Have you seen her?
No.
Shit.
I think Janice did this.
He says, I think that they got in. And he's like, he like comes up and looks to the doorway and he says, I think they got in. And I think that is where we're going to call the arc right there. I think that's, and that's anyone else.
I was,
if you all have other stuff you want to do, we can.
I have one thing that I want to do.
Please.
Do it.
I'm going to cast Sending one more time.
Sure.
And I'm targeting Janice.
Go get her.
It's a droplet pulled from the pool. Are you here?
That's
a
I think you all can audibly hear a voice inside of this chamber that says, yes. And it like echoes in the chamber. Like you can hear it out loud. It's not just in your mind.
I'm going to turn to the guards and say, stop this party, get everyone inside.
Cool.
Or outside. Are we inside?
Everyone who's outside, inside to not here.
Take shelter.
Take shelter.
I will say, are you trying to close this door? Because you can. You know that you can. Then roll an Arcana check.
I will. Alright. Sorry, I have to bring up my character sheet.
We have so many problems.
We got so many problems.
Just a bunch of drama
Yeah, I
queens
guess I'll-
over here.
I'll work on this
Truly
before I
can't
tell them
escape it.
to
Oh my
get everyone
God.
inside. Okay. That is
Oh my God,
gonna
she's
be
obsessed with us.
that's gonna be a 23. I'm gonna flash of genius to get it above a 25. So 28.
And with this, you can kind of you reach up and you pull out just enough of these stones where you see the magic just start to wiggle away, like lifting up a rock and seeing bugs just wriggle away. It seems to go back into this world. The mist that is on the edge of the doorway just pulls itself out, and you see the wall rebuilding itself, like stones just like coming up and coming up, and it going back to being this coward's corner and no longer being this portal to another world as it closes down and shuts off, and you have like undone the wedge that is leaving that door open, sealing yourself off from the corridors.
Yeah. As it's closing, I will say, I'm sorry.
All right.
I'll reach out to you. Not like this.
I think that's it
Call
for
you
Arc 5.
later.
Yep. Sorry. It's a private party.
So, just to clarify, did the voice come from in there or in here?
Yeah.
In the corridors.
She was
yeah.
in the corridors.
Okay.
Yep. And Buzz Snorg says, I'm so happy you are alive because I'm excited for more ice cream. And we'll
Yikes.
leave you all in this party, kind of like, we'll talk about what happens between the arcs here, and we'll, this is the last episode for the year. So we'll see. We're not
Crazy.
exactly sure when we're going to start
Gonna
back up
leave
next
us on
year.
that.
Don't have the date,
My
but
God.
we will
Leave 'em
be
wanting more.
starting the next arc of Better Than Heroes.
Oh my god.
Which-
Crazy.
Yowza.
Wildness.
Crazy stuff.
Well, thank you guys for sticking around for a long season,
Long
an
one.
awesome season.
Yeah.
37
Janice
episodes.
The
of
Undying
Arc 5.
Queen. Okay, let's get those
She's not,
tinfoil hats
right?
going.
Not yet.
We didn't do that. We didn't do that, probably.
It's not
We'll see
great
you
that she's
next
in the
year, Tim.
corridors.
That's not.
I mean,
right,
if
right?
if
not
she's
good at all.
if she's destroyed all of the portals, are we just
Well, we can get there.
through the Skull Goblin Palace hypothetically?
And yeah, I'm good at hacking portals now to get through to the corridors. I learned Florial's special magic. Although if they're all destroyed, I don't know if we can get in.
Florial's special
So-
magic is the name of one of my.
He said
herbs.
that he turned off the portal in the palace, so it feels like hypothetically we could get back through there, but didn't really.
But we would have to. But
that
then maybe she
conversation.
could as well.
Tough to know. Tough to know.
Ew. Find out next arc on Better Than Heroes.
Yeah.
I just didn't want her to come through and eat everybody. Was that dumb? Should
you made the
not
right
have
choice.
done
No, you did the right thing.
Cool.
She was
I don't know,
dangerous way back when. She's only
Way back when. Now she's a planet killer.
And
Like,
Powerface is probably in
Dudorian
there
is also
too.
like our only safe space. It's where we have literally gathered an army. If there's a door here that she can get into, that is bad.
But it just
Very bad,
opened
very
out of
bad.
nothing.
Yep.
But I
Probably
guess that's-
fine.
there could
Can't
be
imagine
others.
it going bad.
Well, thanks everybody. We love
Cool.
you.
Yeah, it's been a fun arc, man. We've been all over the place. So,
Seriously.
yeah, I'm glad to. I know it's like it's not. We've done the dramatic fight here, and we had things to queue up, but this will be a big one for setting up and just really hitting the road immediately next time. So,
Yeah. Level 15.
yeah, and yeah. We'll have a lot to talk about at the start of next session. I hope you all have a great holiday. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be in the Discord. I'll be catching up, posting these sessions online, and yeah, we'll see you next year.
We love
Oh, yeah.
you.
Have a great holiday season.
Have a good holiday.
Good night.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
The mangy crimpet.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than heroes.